If there's one competition that can shape a team's destiny and improve its standing, it's the Champions League. While winning league titles and domestic cup competitions is really a great thing, the real barometer for success is how a team performs in the biggest club competition in football. Not only that, qualifying for the competition opens up a guaranteed revenue stream for a team, and the revenue continues increasing as the team navigates its way past the group stages. Today, with so much money being poured into the competition, a simple qualification can help clubs balance their finances for at least a couple of years. That's definitely the case for those clubs that are punching above their weight. Atalanta, for instance, are going to be financially secure and will be able to strengthen further in the summer due to the distance they covered in the Champions League this year. The Bergamo club was already guaranteed €15.25 million for reaching the group stage alone, and each group stage win won them €2.7 million a pop. Reaching the last 16 meant that Gian Piero Gasparini's side earned €9.5 million, while reaching the quarter-finals helped them earn €10.5 million. La Dea reached the semi-final, so earned €12 million extra. You do the maths on that one. The Italian high flyers made quite a good amount of money thanks to their European adventure. But more than just money, it's also about pride and acceptance. Take PSG for example, a club still not really accepted as one of Europe's elite in spite of their riches and dominance of the football landscape in France. But it could have all changed for the Parisians had they been able to conquer Bayern Munich in the final. That one trophy would have gone a long way in changing perception. But hey, such is life. This year's Champions League offered some truly amazing moments, from Serge Gnabry's one-man dismantling of Tottenham to Bayern Munich's humiliation of Barcelona. The competition was as good as it gets. So we thought to ourselves, why not pick some of the most shocking moments in Champions League history? And yes, we know that just a few moments don't really do it justice, but that's why we have the comments section, so why don't you let us know what you think? We'll talk about a few moments and then you can talk about a few moments in the comments section, and that'll be one hell of a discussion. John Terry's slip. While missing a penalty kick or seeing the spot kick saved during a major final is any player's worst nightmare, the manner in which the scenario unfolded can cling on to you for the rest of your life. During the 2008 Champions League final, John Terry stepped up to take a penalty kick. He only needed to slot the ball home from 12 yards out and hand the Blues their first ever trophy at the expense of Manchester United. This was a dream scenario for the Chelsea captain, but everything went horribly wrong. As it poured in Moscow, the English defender slipped as he took the penalty. As happens mostly in such scenarios, the ball clipped the outside of the post. Sir Alex Ferguson's men would go on to lift the Champions League title, and fans have never stopped reminding Terry about his famous slip every chance they get. A lesson in humility for the Dream Team. Back in the 1993-94 season, Barcelona's Dream Team was the best side on the planet. Led by the iconic Johan Cruyff, the Spaniards had a date in Athens with AC Milan in the Champions League final. On paper, the Catalonians were expected to waltz past the Rossoneri. And who could bet against the juggernaut of an attack that was injected with Cruyff's revolutionary ideals? However, what happened on the pitch that night was something that no one ever expected. Milan, buoyed by the presence of Dejan Savicevic and Daniele Massaro, absolutely hammered Barcelona, scoring 4 unanswered goals in what's still considered one of the most one-sided finals in Champions League history. The Zidane Show. The legendary French manager has won a lot of things in a glorious career as a player and as a manager, but nothing comes close to the moment of absolute magic he produced in the 2002 Champions League final win over Bayer Leverkusen. This was quite a remarkable game that took place at the fabled Hampden Park in Glasgow. Raúl González gave Madrid the lead in the 8th minute before Lucio levelled proceedings 5 minutes later. But during the 45th minute, something happened that's famous for another thing actually. This was when Iker Casillas truly announced himself on the world stage. The then 20-year-old replaced an injured César in the 68th minute and made sure that Madrid ended up adding another Champions League title to their growing cabinet. The Ajax of 1995. In 1995, AC Milan were a true giant of the game. They'd humbled Barcelona only a year ago and were up against a youthful Ajax side at the Ernst Happel Stadion in Vienna. The Ajax team boasted the likes of a young Edwin van der Sar in goal, Frank Rijkaard, Frank de Boer, Clarence Seedorf, Edgar Davids and Mark Overmars. All these youngsters started the game while the likes of Patrick Kluivert and Mwankwa Kanu started on the bench. Ajax were not fazed by the occasion, even though they were facing the likes of Paolo Maldini, Marcel Desailly, and arguably the greatest defender of that time, Franco Baresi. During the 85th minute, Kluivert scored a goal and in the process became the youngest player to score in a Champions League final. The Dutch Giants haven't won the competition since. The Germans humbling the old lady. In 1997, Borussia Dortmund defied all odds to secure a place in the final of the Champions League. No one expected that, and no one definitely expected them to go all the way. Up against a strong Juventus side boasting the talents of Zidane, Christian Vieri and Didier Deschamps, the Germans ended up taking a 2-goal lead before the first half ended. While Alessandro Del Piero did manage to reduce the deficit, a goal by Karl-Heinz Riedler settled the affair as Dortmund lifted their first ever title in a game they weren't expected to win. What you might not know about the Dortmund squad at that time was that it had a certain Scottish player in the starting lineup who nullified Zidane's presence. Paul Lambert put in a man-of-the-match performance in midfield and also became the first British person to win the tournament since its rebranding in 1992. The broken goal. Just before kickoff of the semi-final encounter between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund in 1998, one of the goals fell apart when fans tried to climb a fence, only for it to fall on the goal. It took more than an hour for a replacement to arrive, which meant that the game was probably the most delayed one in the competition's history. The 12th man. We all know the significance of the 12th man, but apparently one fan took it literally and decided to covertly find his way into a team picture with the rest of the Manchester United players. Carl Power somehow managed to fool security and stood up for a team photo with the likes of Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt and Gary Neville. However, Roy Keane quickly realised that something was amiss. Thankfully, nothing serious happened. 4 for 1. The 2012-13 season was when Borussia Dortmund were one of the most exciting teams to watch in Europe. With Jurgen Klopp at the dugout, BVB were a treat to watch. During the Champions League final against Real Madrid, Robert Lewandowski announced himself as the most lethal striker in the game by scoring 4 goals. No one had ever done this to Madrid before. Barcelona's incredible comeback. The Spaniards were almost out of the Champions League after losing 4-0 away to PSG, but the second leg of the competition proved to be a comeback of the ages. Even though Edinson Cavani scored another goal, Barca ended up scoring 6 goals, with the winning goal coming in the 95th minute. Now that was a nerve-wracking game. The miracle of Istanbul. Trailing 3-0 at half-time of the 2005 Champions League final against an AC Milan side boasting the powers of Kaká and co, Liverpool came out of the dressing room rejuvenated and ended up scoring 3 goals in a manic 6-minute spell. Nothing happened in extra time, and then it was Jerzy Dudek who ended up leading his team to an improbable win via penalties. Solskjaer and football, bloody hell. What are the best things you can do in 2 minutes and 17 seconds? Well, to start off with, you can make noodles. You can take some money out of the ATM multiple times, and you can even gulp a cup of coffee. But can you win the Champions League? Well, if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Manchester United, you definitely can. That's all it took for Sir Alex Ferguson's men to lift the title in 1999. Trailing 1-0 and injury time only just started, the Red Devils were praying for a miracle. First it was Teddy Sheringham who equalised in the 91st minute, and then it was Solskjaer who scored the winner 2 minutes later. That remarkable comeback made Sir Alex utter those 3 famous words that are now a part of the beautiful game's legend.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell.
Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.